Picture a liquid so familiar, it graces your shelf, enlivens your gatherings, or perhaps rests in your palm this very moment, yet harbors an ancient riddle that might unveil a hidden truth about yourself. Alcohol, that warming elixir that loosens tongues, bears a name whispering of mysteries. Al-kuhul, an Arabic term hinting at the essence, or the subtle breath. This is no mere chance. Long ago, alchemists saw in it an emblem of change, a reflection of humanity's yearning for the sublime. But here's the puzzle. Why does a drink promising release so often bind us tighter? Alcohol's tale begins in the smoky layers of alchemy, where it wasn't just a potion, but the fruit of a revered act, distillation, sifting the pure from the murky, the lofty from the mundane. To those ancients, this essence mirrored the soul's refinement, a whisper of the sacred. Yet, what started as a poetic image twisted into contradiction. Today, alcohol serves as both a social rite and a fleeting refuge, a curtain that conceals rather than reveals. It mimics the elevation we crave, that state of lucidity, unity, and bliss, but hands us only fading echoes. Beneath this curtain lies a wisdom spanning ages and lands. From Sufi poets to Buddhist sages, from Indian yogis to Christian mystics, all point to a higher path. An ecstasy born not of bottles, but of practices that lift the spirit. In this journey, we'll unravel this duality. We'll trace alcohol's alchemical roots and its sacred symbolism, then probe how it became a worldly snare. Next, we'll heed the voices of spiritual guides who distinguish shadow from substance. Finally, we'll uncover how to turn our thirst for escape into a quest for awakening. Brace yourself. What you're about to learn might shift how you view that glass, and what you truly seek when you raise it. Alcohol's alchemical dawn. Alcohol's name didn't spring from taverns or festivities, but from the glowing crucibles of Arab alchemists around the 8th century. Al-kuhul first named a delicate powder of antimony, used to cleanse the eyes and, in a deeper sense, to pierce the veil. Over time, it came to signify the yield of distillation, a craft the alchemists deemed near miraculous. Heating a raw blend, capturing its vapors, and coaxing them into a clear, potent form wasn't mere science. It was a parable of the spirit. Thus, alcohol earned its title of essence, a nod to the purity sages sought amid the clutter of existence. In alchemy, distillation transcended the physical. Thinkers like Jabir ibn Hayyan saw it as a sacred parallel. Refining matter echoed the soul's ascent. Alcohol, with its ability to rise as vapor and return transformed, became a vivid icon, the shift from coarse to refined, from earthly to ethereal. To them, this essence bridged the seen and unseen, a gateway to divine harmony. In medieval Europe, it was dubbed aqua vitae, the water of vitality, carrying whispers of renewal and insight. Yet this wasn't just abstract musing. In mystical circles, alcohol symbolized humanity's quest for the beyond. Its making, purging the impure, mirrored disciplines like contemplation and devotion, which strip away distractions to unveil inner light. But a shadow loomed. As alcohol slipped from the alchemist's still to the common cup, its noble meaning warped. What once stood for ascent became a casual draft, used not to uncover truths, but to dodge them. This shift weaves the first thread of the enigma. Alcohol's name and birth hint at grandeur, yet its earthly fate often betrays that legacy. It beckons us to wonder, what drives us to partake? A faint echo of spiritual cleansing or a momentary reprieve? The answer unfolds as we peel back the next layer, where symbol meets snare, the earthly trap of alcohol. Born as an alchemical essence, alcohol now straddles an uneasy divide in our lives. It offers a taste of liberation, a fleeting lightness, a break from daily burdens, yet often leaves us more tethered. This tension defines its riddle. What pretends to lift us skyward can root us deeper in the mundane. To grasp this, we must look past the glass and see how alcohol drapes a shroud, hiding what we truly chase. On the body, alcohol shifts perception. It quiets the nervous system, melting restraint and sparking a brief glow of delight. For a moment, life's heaviness fades. But this ease is a mirage. What rises falls. Joy turns to sluggishness, and the urge for another sip begins anew. In Buddhist thought, this recalls samsara, the ceaseless wheel of longing and pain. Alcohol embodies that spin. It dangles happiness, yet withholds fulfillment, locking us in an endless chase. The toll isn't just physical, but cosmic. Many traditions tie a clear mind to sacred bonds. Alcohol muddies that clarity. Some suggest it dims the pineal gland, dubbed the inner eye by mystics, which governs rest and is linked to subtle awareness. Overindulgence can dull this gift, muffling our sense of deeper truths. Rather than unlocking realms, alcohol seals them shut, trading insight for a passing haze. Here lies the trap. Alcohol apes what the soul hungers for: oneness, calm, release, but delivers a hollow likeness. It's a cracked lens. It shows what we might become, yet blurs the vision. Where alchemy aimed to purify, today's use often inverts that, amplifying flaws over virtues. The deeper we seek freedom in it, the tighter its illusion grips. This dance isn't new. It mirrors an age-old tug between flesh and spirit, between what lifts and what binds. Yet there are voices across time that light a way out. Guides who saw alcohol not as a road, but a detour. Their wisdom beckons us forward, beyond the shroud of this earthly essence. Whispers of the wise. The great seers of history didn't shun alcohol. They recast it as a lesson. For them, real rapture flows not from a flask, but from an inner wellspring that raises the soul unveiled. Their voices, spanning centuries and creeds, sing a shared refrain. Worldly alcohol is but a flicker of divine bliss, a sidetrack we must see through to press onward. Rumi, the 13th century Sufi bard, wove wine into his poetry. "Drown in love's drunkenness, for love is all there is," he sang. To Rumi, true inebriation was shedding the self to merge with the eternal, a joy no liquid could pour. He deemed material wine a faint copy, numbing where it should awaken. In Sufi lore, the wine of the soul is brewed through surrender, not stills, yielding a lucidity earthly drafts can't touch. Osho, a 20th century sage, spoke plainly. "Alcohol clouds the now," he warned. For him, living fully awake was the gateway to growth. Alcohol, dulling the senses, pulls us from the present and ourselves. He called it a balm, a dodge from life's sting that stalls healing. Instead of numbing, Osho urged facing existence head-on, using stillness to find the peace alcohol feigns. Paramahansa Yogananda, who penned autobiography of a yogi, sounded a similar note. He likened the mind to a still pool, serene, it mirrors the divine, rippled, it hides all. Alcohol, he said, stirs the waters, sapping the focus and resolve vital for spiritual strides. To him, the journey inward demanded mastery, which alcohol unravels. He saw intoxicants as barriers to the inner flame guiding the soul. These luminaries didn't spurn our thirst for ecstasy, they rerouted it. Alcohol, they taught, mirrors our ache for the infinite, but chains us if we don't look higher. Their challenge rings clear. Why chase outward what dwells within? The answer lies in the ways they charted, a trail that parts the shroud of fleeting essence for something lasting. The path to sacred rapture. If alcohol is a dim echo of transcendence, how do we touch the true flame? The wise didn't just name the trap, they traced a way through. Sacred rapture, or divine inebriation, is the surge of bliss and insight, born of communion with the eternal, unbound by potions. It's an inward voyage, unlocked by acts that refine the soul, much like alchemists once refined their essence. Stillness is one such key. By quieting the chatter within, we tune to the faint song inside, what yogis call the inner hum, and Sufis the heart's melody. Unlike alcohol's dulling haze, this stillness sharpens our senses, offering a joy that lingers. Modern findings back this, showing it soothes nerves and steadies the mind. But the mystics knew. It binds us to the vast. Surrender is another road. Chanting, praying, or whirling in devotion, as Sufis do in their dhikr, sparks a oneness with the beyond. The poet Hafez wrote, "I'm a reed pierced by the breath of the divine, hear its tune." This yielding melts the self, leaving only grace's current. Where alcohol severs, devotion weaves, linking soul to source. Selfless giving lifts us too. Acts of kindness, aiding a stranger, tending the needy, crack the heart wide. In Buddhist terms, this is metta, boundless care. Unlike chemical highs, this warmth blooms from offering, not taking. It's a rapture that deepens with time, not one drained by the last drop. These roads share a truth. They turn our craving for flight into a hunt for unity. Alcohol hints at this longing, but twists it. Stillness, surrender, and giving fulfill it. No crucibles or casks are needed. The essence we seek already pulses within, awaiting care and devotion to shine. The task is stark, yet rich. Trade the fleeting lie for enduring truth. This is the mystic's call, the next leap for those ready to part the shroud and see clear. Alcohol, with its evocative tag of essence, stands as a living riddle. Forged as a sign of change in alchemical fires, it pledged refinement and ascent. Yet in our grasp, it's become a curtain, a tease of the transcendence we chase, a faint call of the sacred we hold inside. It lures with whispers of release, but often locks us in loops of want and drift. Still, this duality isn't an end. It's a doorway. The wise reveal that the real essence isn't bottled but breathed. Rumi, Osho, and Yogananda, each in their tongue, point to divine rapture, a clarity and thrill won through ways that awaken, not dim. Stillness, surrender, and giving are today's crucibles, distilling our core till it glows with the light alcohol merely mimics. So, next time you lift that glass, pause. What's the quest beneath? A quick balm or something timeless? Alcohol may mirror our spiritual hunger, but it's up to us to peer past it. The shroud of essence needn't bind. It can guide. Choose the path that rises, and what began as a sip might open to awakening. The true essence waits within, ripe for discovery.